Hey everyone, it's time for day 8 of Alone with You. Last time we went back to the caves slash mining area and we found out that Lumumba guy was maybe a scumbag. I mean, can't really say for sure, but it seemed like he wasn't that great of a dude. Yeah, let's see what today holds. Corey says, please see me right away. We should talk. Sounds important. As you can imagine, I was quite curious to receive today's work report from Mr. Lumumba. Yesterday provided more questions than answers, but the realization that we couldn't gather any new fuel resources from the refinery meant he had to start thinking creatively. However, he seemed very preoccupied with his own worries. He made a note about what Mr. Nomura said. I think it distracted him quite a bit. We can only hope that he can come through for us and that he is willing to. Oh, great. So now he's not gonna do his job because he realizes that he's a scumbag. Well, he better come to terms with his real self's actions and do his job for us now. Alright, what's up, Corey? Thank you for coming to see me. I want to apologize for my behavior yesterday. What behavior? I was very curt with you. I know when you came to see me. It was rude of me and I shouldn't have acted that way. Honestly, I didn't notice, but, I mean, I guess I'll act like I forgive him even though I wasn't upset. Thank you for understanding. I've been so preoccupied with all the tasks I must do each day, helping you on your missions, crunching data here, not to mention interfacing with the holograms and getting their input to help with the escape ship. It has been very trying. Suppose I have been somewhat overtaxed. I think I'm becoming somewhat confused. How so? Really, it's no concern. You have a lot to worry about already. I've got things under control. There are 2 more areas you'll need to explore to get what we need. I know this week has been difficult, but please don't worry. Just head to the shuttle and plot a course to one of the 2 remaining areas. Alright, so the remaining areas, I think we have the communications tower in that other colony place. So, I'm sure at that colony we will discover that Pierre was even more of a scumbag than initially reported. But I'm gonna change it up a bit and go to the comms thing, even though I don't think what we do there is gonna be super useful. I'm interested in spending some time with Winnie instead of learning some more stuff about these colonists that makes me not like them and think that they're terrible bosses. Because it didn't seem like Winnie was anybody's boss, really. Or if she was, she was at least wasn't an asshole boss that we know of. Anyway, Corey says, this signal tower normally handles all our deep space transmissions, but the rain must be affecting it because I can't detect that it works any longer. If we can get the signal back in action, I thought we could try to use it differently to send a distress beacon to those shipping lanes I mentioned. If it gets picked up, perhaps we'll stand a better chance of hitching a ride when we finally get the escape ship off the ground. You know, that makes sense. I mean, if it can get somebody to come pick us up, that would be good. Head to the top of the tower and see if you can find out what's going on with the transmission equipment. Something definitely is being affected. I'm reading unusual levels of dampness and corrosion there. Alright, so we can go down to the 3rd floor. I figured we would be on the 1st floor, but I guess that's not how floors work. Let's go up first. Got some literature here. It's a worn old repair handbook for telecommunications equipment. Many pages have been torn out and the book almost appears discarded. Have you ever repaired equipment such as the kind in this tower before? I don't see any reference in your records. Nope. I appreciate your honesty. I must admit, I almost wish you would have tried a bit harder though. In any case, we should probably focus on getting this tower's communications array functioning again. Kind of felt like Corey was making fun of us a little bit for our lack of skills. I mean, I don't know what our job was on this colony planet before. It sure wasn't going around collecting and fixing random things. Right, that's the right floor. You should be able to see 3 terminals in there as well as the 4th control station. Can you please check them out for me? You bet. Appreciate it. This relay appears to be completely shut off. It's likely it was powered down automatically due to a failure or environmental breach, but it didn't reactivate. Perhaps there's a control panel that'll help you activate it. This relay is operating, but it's stuck in some kind of command loop. It won't transmit correctly until it's rebooted. You should be able to find a control station that'll let you hard reset this relay. This relay is functioning, but it's not sending the signal that we want. It's transmitting its previous codes. If you can find its control system station, you can feed it our new distress signal and hope that we're heard. Well, now we know what the issue is with these relays. Let's find each one's control station and get everything back on track. This transmission terminal isn't functioning. It looks like it's tied to those 3 panels on that floor. Guess we can't do anything in here until we go find whatever it is we need to find to fix those thingies. I guess we'll go down. Comms control 1. On the control panel for the blue panel on the top floor, you should see a clearly marked power switch there. You're going to turn the relay back on. Yeah. Looks like a series of pages from that repair manual you found. They've been torn out and notes have been written all over. Notes are complex. They look like various calculations regarding signal strength, positioning, distance, and other factors. My guess is that someone was trying to figure out various ways of bouncing a signal from here for the best long-range results. Another page. panel. Found the control panel for the red panel on the top floor. It needs a hard reset. You can push the heavy-duty power switch off and on again to do this. You reset the control panel. Yes. Control panel for the green panel on the top floor. We just need to feed it our new distress beacon. It's up to you now. Are you going to swap out the signals and transmit the new beacon? Of course I am. Okay, you've dealt with all those control panels. You can head back up to the top floor. Let's make sure the array is working correctly. Can't forget to pick up these pages. Found another one of those pages. The story on it appears to continue again. Here, I'll read it. Oh, it's the fiction, not so fiction. Paula shut down for a while and closed off contact with the dark. It's not that she turned him off specifically, but rather tuned him out. Oh, I just figured something out. So, you know how the dark was sounding like a therapist or whatever earlier on? I think the dark is supposed to be Corey. So when she says she turned him off, that means like she started ignoring Corey in real life, because Paula is the fictional version of Winnie. For days, she stewed over their conversation while going about her duties with the same mechanical precision as always. Was it right? Was she giving up? There she was, trapped in her little castle, until the bad weather forced her to abandon it and find a new one. Always on the move, never meeting another soul. But she was struggling, wasn't she? She was trying. How could she be giving up? But Paula thought long and hard about the conversation again. Regardless of the doubt she felt, Paula knew she couldn't give in to the darks, chiding and goading. She knew help wasn't coming, but she just couldn't accept the defeat. Not yet. That's where this batch of pages ends. I wonder if there was more novel pages here that we didn't get. Because it doesn't seem like that there's that much here. I mean, it seems like mostly signal notes. Picked up increased seismic activity over there. The tremor didn't seem too serious. Are you okay? It's all good. Okay, be careful as you ascend, please. I will be careful. Wish I had found more fiction pages, though. You can't tease us like that. Give us more fic. Panels should all be functioning correctly now. You can activate the master terminal layer once you're ready. Well, let's check them just to be sure. Alright, looks fine. Let's push the button. Okay, let's just flip the switch to power cycle the transmission tower and then you can come back. Are you gonna flip the switch? Yeah. What the heck? That doesn't look good. You still there? My readings are very faint. I registered a huge explosion. What happened? It blew up. Oh my, that is terrible. You're right, it looks like the entire tower was destroyed in the explosion. You are so lucky to still be alive. The blast threw you quite far away. thankfully you're okay. I was really worried there. I mean, I'm amazed that we didn't die in that explosion. Activating those relays is what set off the tower. I wonder, was it rigged to do that, or was that some kind of malfunction? As you make your way back, let's do two things. One, see if you can find anything salvageable in the debris that was thrown from the tower. Two, let's see if we can figure out why the tower exploded in the first place. Scan any parts you find and let's get some answers. I knew that tower seemed too easy and fast and too good to be true. So I guess this is the second part. This is where the other shoe has dropped, so to speak. I can go west, but I can also go... Well, no, I can't go that way. Yeah, I guess I can only go west. Okay, got some junk over here. It's one of the highly sophisticated system boards from the tower. Each one is like several powerful computers on a chip. But this one shows leaky transistors and all kinds of wear. If it was in this condition when we activated the tower switch, it could have backfired. Without seeing all the options, however, I can't determine if this was the cause. Please keep looking. Could go west some more, but let's go up and see if there's anything noteworthy. I can go north. Let's go north. Oh, I can go east from here. I'm so gonna get lost. The switching mechanisms from the tower. Maybe it's because of the blast where it doesn't appear to be seated correctly. If the switch was compromised in some way, it could have caused a spark or unwanted current, and thus the explosion. Can't really be sure until we find other debris, so please continue to keep an eye out. Whatever that component was, it was too heavily damaged in the explosion to be of any use to us. Great. So I can go north. I could go west some more. Let's actually go east. Because I figure if I go east to west, and then do the vertical sweep of each of those directions, then hopefully I will be able to check everywhere without missing anything. Looks like that deep space signal converter survived the explosion amongst that other rubble and wreckage. I'll be able to use this. Now you just need to find 3 additional communication parts before you can come back home. What, so you're not gonna let me come home until I find all those parts? It's pretty cold, Corey. I can't look at anything else here. Okay, then let's go north. Good, you found the long-range radio booster from the tower. We're in luck, it's intact, so I can make use of this scanned data to help us with the escape ship. You know, after the Rift event separated the 2 colonies, the storms made sending even radio signals very difficult. I think only Miss Laurier was skilled enough to find a way to cut through the interference. Even I couldn't do that. suppose that sometimes human ingenuity is far more impressive than even the most advanced technology. Well, I mean, human ingenuity comes up with more advanced technology all the time, so I guess that's true. Perhaps you're living proof of this. As the last survivor, you have been able to do so much that the others couldn't. So much more than me, certainly. Well, I do have a physical human body, so that helps. Anyway, I should let you get on with your search. I shouldn't keep you out in that rain any longer than necessary. Yeah, this rain sucks. It's made of acid, Corey. Now you just need to find 2 additional communication parts before you can come back home. Alright, so now we can go west some more. We're lucky that this receiver is intact. It will help immensely with boosting the capabilities of the escape ship so we aren't totally flying blind up there. Now you just need to find 1 additional communication part before you can come back home. Okay, so I can go north and south. Go north first. I think I can get you back to the shuttle from here, but I really need you to salvage those parts from the tower first. Okay, I guess north is the exit, so I have to go south first. But I think that south is, from here, is the only place I haven't checked yet. There's a controller module that's barely kept together. It feels like this in the tower, it could have malfunctioned. Controller routed signals incorrectly. I suppose that could have caused the explosion. Well, it looks like any number of elements could have malfunctioned in the tower. Do you have any thoughts on which component might have been the culprit? Honestly, no. But this thing looks like it's in pretty bad shape, so let's say it was the controller. Good point. If the controller was loose and the wrong signal percent, all manner of systems could have failed at the same time. If we had more time, perhaps we could know for sure. Perhaps only Miss Laurier could help us determine the most likely scenario. But that is a mystery for another day. Right now, you should try to finish finding those salvageable parts so we can get you home. Salvageable parts like this. Heat from the blast completely disfigured that hardware. You'll have to keep moving. I guess not. Man, you sure showed me, game. Alright. Let's find that last part. Should be here, I'm guessing. Found the tower's translation module. This will let us communicate regardless of language, even if the translations are a bit off sometimes. Okay, found all the parts. We'll likely be able to salvage from that mess. We really have not had the best of luck today. Yeah, no shit. I was in an explosion. I'd say that's about as unlucky as you could get. There isn't anything more you can do there. Head northwest and I'll guide you back to the shuttle. Well, I don't know, I kind of want to look around a little more, see if this circles back to where I think it does. Oh, yeah, this is that one area. Okay, yeah, I'll get out of here, because I do think that I explored everything. Just head over that ridge and you'll eventually end up back at the shuttle. I like that little animation of him sliding down the mountain. Tower E looks to be completely destroyed. You were fortunate to not be harmed. I suppose we both are. Well, there isn't anything more you can accomplish there. It'd be best if you return home. Yeah, had a long day getting exploded, so let's go home. My goodness, that was quite a day. Well, you better get up here. So... guess we have to give all that stuff we found to Corey. Then go to bed. Good, the scan data will be extremely valuable. Also, have you ever been to the mountains back on Earth? Yeah. Who hasn't been to a mountain? Oh good, then you no doubt can appreciate their majesty and beauty. That's very good to hear. In any case, I'm gonna power down now and get working on today's data. I'll speak to you again later tonight. Fine by me. It's time. The Hollow Sim Chamber is ready for you now. Just head in when you're ready. Have a good evening. Thanks, Corey. Alright, so I guess we're gonna be talking to Winnie again in the Hollow Chamber tonight. And, we'll see how it goes. She's one of the nicer people, so I'm sure this will be pleasant. How are you pushing the right buttons without looking at where you're poking, lady? Oh, you came back. I'm glad. Sorry about that. I was just preoccupied with something and almost didn't notice you come in. I see. Yeah, but don't worry, I have time to talk, of course. AI just has me focusing on running tests and simulations for your ship. I like this song. It's kind of like funky, but chill in a way too. There's actually a lot of pretty good songs in this soundtrack. I mean, the default audio settings were set to like blow out your eardrums, but once you get it all sorted out, it's the music itself is quite nice. Anyway, you know, I was actually thinking a bit more about what we spoke about last week, about when we all first came here and how difficult it was. And I just realized I spent all that time talking about myself. I didn't even ask you about it. So, what was it like for you when we all arrived here 16 years ago? 16 years is a long time. I don't recall. I don't have that good of a memory for like 16 years length of time. I think over time I just got used to being by myself a lot, especially when I was stationed at the comms relay. Sometimes over the radios I could hear what was going on with the other colonists. I could hear them get worse and worse. It was awful, and well, I guess in a way I was lucky because I was alone. But I can't help but remember those terrible things I heard over the radios. I guess that's why I feel so strongly about finding out what happened to me, and why I wanted to know about your own experience. It's understandable. I appreciate that. I get a lot of time to think in here, and well, being able to talk to you like this really helps. So here we are, moving on to another topic. There was one thing I wanted to ask you about. Can you guess what it is? My stylish scarf? Again with that scarf. Well, that wasn't exactly what I was getting at, but alright, let's talk about your scarf. Scarf is a great, icebreaker. You said last time it was warm, but really your suit should regulate all that. Then again, it's probably low on power and not as efficient as it should be. I don't think I've ever seen any other colonist wearing something like that. I mean, before. Where'd you get it? I don't know how handy my guy is, like, I guess crafty. What do you call someone who's good at arts and crafts type of things? Talented? Anyway, I'm not really good at that kind of stuff. I'm good at like fixing mechanical stuff, but that's about it. But let's say that it was, well, yeah, I brought it from Earth. Ah, I see now. You packed it when we all came here from Earth. Must have been important to you if you included it in your personals bag. We weren't allowed to bring much. Anyway, I can see how it'd be useful out there. You could wipe condensation off your helmet, patch up your suit with it if you had to, stuff like that. And it's mostly stylish. You know what? That gives me an idea, about the comms tower. The array in that thing really was your best chance of sending a signal. But kind of like your scarf, maybe there's a simpler way to do what we need. Something that uses older tech that I can patch together. Well, since you're here, what else do you think might be interesting to discuss? Let's talk about your fiction that I found some more of. Oh well, this is a surprise. So you did find more of my story. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. It really does seem like I was having a hard time with things, doesn't it? But what's this one line? Paula knew she couldn't give in to the dark's chiding and goading. I guess that's good, right? The dark was right. She hated to admit it. This story seems so helpless. She didn't know whether the Dark's criticisms held any merit, but time was running out. It sounds like she had difficulty coming to a decision. It's so strange to read words that you supposedly wrote but have no memory of writing. It doesn't even feel like me anymore. The other me was dealing with her situation, obviously, but I guess I'm dealing with something entirely different. In a way, we're different now. This is difficult, but thank you for bringing these pages to me. In a way, they're helping me understand what I am a bit better. Let's talk about the comms tower. Comms tower? Oh, you mean Tower E? Well, that wasn't what I was thinking about, but sure, we can talk about that. That tower is much less habitable than the other one. It's like the space between two walls, crammed with equipment and wiring. All necessary stuff, but pretty ugly. Wait, you look like I'm saying something stupid. Am I saying something stupid? What's going on with the tower? It blew up. It what? Oh, I see. Something triggered some kind of explosion. Wow, that's really unfortunate. What could possibly have done that? What a terrible turn of events. Without that specialized array, you won't be able to get a distress signal far enough for Hudson Cartier back home to pick it up. The other equipment wasn't built for that. The quakes must have really destabilized it. You must have been thrown quite some way. That would explain why your suit looks even more dinged up. Well, I'm happy to see you weren't injured. But I do wonder now, without that tower, how will you get a signal out? Do you have any ideas? I guess that's why I'm here, to solve problems. Let me think. The problem is that Tower E was our best signal. But maybe we don't need our best. If there's another transponder or booster, we could at least get something into space. We can't use the powerful antennas that were in Tower E. Maybe we can patch a strong signal together by starting with some weaker ones. Like I said before, there are redundant systems throughout the towers. If another part of the comms relay is accessible, there's still a chance you can find something. I'll give the AI some specific things to look for. That way, it can guide you, and hopefully you'll find some equipment we can patch together. Thanks for your help. You're welcome. I really do cherish these visits, you know. I mean, hologram or not, I feel better knowing I can help. But also just that we get to talk. Well, it seems like our time is up again. The AI probably needs its cycles to keep Colony functioning and to keep you safe. You know, until you manage to leave. Glad we had this spirited discussion, and I'm sorry to hear about the tower. Until next time, I better keep working. However, if you find the next part of that story, please scan it so I can see. I know it's a lot to ask, but it would really help. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye. Thanks for stopping by. Alright. Well, so what happened today? We went to the communications tower, tried to send out a distress signal, and we blew the entire thing up. Then we came back and talked to Winnie a little bit. That went okay, I guess. I think that she's generally, like, she's the nicest person to talk to. She's a little bit more open than anyone else about her feelings, and she asks about us a little bit. you know, she's not as self-centered as some of the others. She's not an asshole bad leader. So yeah, I think I like her the most as far as the holograms that we have access to. But yeah, that's it for this day. Let's see what the next one holds. But until then, thanks for watching and take care.